Am I the jerk for buying my biological daughter a car but not my stepdaughter? Before my daughter Christina, currently 19F, started high school, I made her a deal that if she kept above a 3.9 GPA for her freshman through junior year, I would buy her a car for up to $20,000 to have her senior year, on condition that if her GPA dipped below a 3.9 I would take it away. She kept a 4.0 throughout high school, so I let her pick out a car before senior year. During her sophomore year, I met my now wife Jenny, now 40F, and her daughter Emily, 17F. Emily started her senior year a couple weeks ago, and a few days ago she texted me asking when I was going to take her to look at cars. This took me by surprise, as I didn't realize she expected a car. She has a 2.7 GPA and spends more time curating her Instagram than doing her homework. I explained to her that Christina received her car as a reward for good grades, not as a given. I later felt bad because I guess I didn't give her the same incentive that I gave Christina, and I told her that if she could get a 3.9 GPA with her senior year grades and get into an accredited college or university, I would let her pick out a car upon graduation. I thought this was a fair deal, or even unfair towards Christina since I made her keep a 3.9 for all 4 years of high school, but Jenny pulled me aside after Emily went to school and told me I was being unfair since Emily had different circumstances than Christina. For background, Jenny's ex-husband, and Emily's bio dad, was a very wealthy man who spoiled the crap out of her. Everything she wanted, all she had to do was ask for the first 12 years of her life. She didn't try in school because her dad promised he would get her into any college she wanted, and give her a job at his company afterwards. Then, when Emily was 12, her dad was arrested for serious tax fraud. Essentially, he is in prison now, and Jenny has some money of her own but nothing compared to the life of luxury they were both used to. I think Emily is very hurt by what happened, and she also hasn't had the chance to develop a work ethic. I told Jenny that I think my only wrongdoing was not helping Emily develop a work ethic sooner, and that my hope is that she rises to the occasion, cleans up her act, and gets the car. I also said I would do everything I could to help Emily research colleges and perfect her application, but Jenny wasn't having it. She and Emily have both been giving me the cold shoulder the past couple of days and still think I'm treating Emily unfairly. I really don't know what to do. I want to give Emily a goal that is challenging but attainable, but at the same time I don't want to put a strain on my relationship with my family. Am I the jerk for purposely making rules that I know she wouldn't stick to if my sister wanted to move back in? I, 23F, have two older sisters, Chloe, 29F, and Demi, 31F. Demi is married and has a son who is 1 and she recently found out she's pregnant with her second child. Chloe is autistic. She used to live with me but I had enough after I was doing everything and all she did was watch movies on her tablet for 12 hours a day, so I kicked Chloe out. Demi had a spare room, so Chloe moved in. The rules are as follows. 1. No eating in your bedroom. 2. Chloe must keep 1 hour aside every day just to clean her bedroom. It doesn't matter if it's not a full hour, just to pick everything up from the floor. I don't want any books, clothes, or rubbish on the floor. She has a bookshelf, she has a wardrobe, she has a laundry basket and storage. That's what they're used for. 3. Must make her bed every morning. 4. The main important one, Chloe must have a job with minimum hours of 16 per week and must have kept that job for at least 3 months. When Demi asked about Chloe moving in due to her having a second baby, I set these rules. Demi called me a prick because she knows that I know Chloe won't stick to them. The thing is, our parents are deceased and Chloe is on a waiting list for assisted living, but because services are stretched she has a 5-year waiting list. Am I the jerk for purposely producing rules that Chloe has to follow if she wants to live with me again, knowing she won't follow a single one? Am I the jerk for telling my parents that I don't care about my sister going homeless? My sister and I grew up kind of indifferent to each other, I guess. She always griped since we were kids about how mom should have gotten an abortion so she could stay the only child. She, 28, and I, 27F, grew up with Alan, 28M. In high school, she dated Alan before cheating on him with several guys. Broke up with him by sending him a video of her having a threesome. I asked Alan out a month later and he said yes. We have been married for 4 years now. The issue is my sister is now homeless. Our parents have begged us to take her in, but Alan said no. I also don't want her near Alan since she has regretted leaving him and has asked him to take her back or at least cheat on me with her, even though he told her no. Our parents are really angry at me. They called me a terrible daughter, so I told them that my sister is their daughter, not mine, and that I don't care if she goes homeless. If they want to help her, then can do it themselves, but it's not my responsibility. They seemed really hurt that I don't want to help my sister. Am I the asshole for going so far? Am I the jerk for telling my wife I don't care about her dreams? My wife wants to be an influencer on TikTok and YouTube. She has been creating mommy content and content about her day-to-day life. When she told me this is something she wanted to do, I didn't have a problem with. I only said that I don't want our children, for M, to F, in any of her content. I didn't monitor her channel because it didn't really seem necessary. I recently watched her channel because I thought it'd be cute, so see what she does in her day-to-day life. I found our children faces in almost all of her content. I told her straight up she needs to remove all of her content. She said that she knew I wouldn't agree, but she doesn't think this is a big deal. I don't like children content. I feel like a lot of the time when you see that children make profit, they become less of your kids and more of a product, and your interactions become more performative, and I can see the same thing has happened in her because she posted a video of her getting our 2-year-old out of a tantrum and how she deals with it. But how is your first instinct to record and hold a camera whilst our baby is crying? She started crying, saying that she built this up and this is her dream and deleting her content will ruin it, and I said I simply don't give a fuck. If you don't delete it, I will consider a divorce. I know a lot of people have children on their social media, and I don't mind an Instagram or Facebook post, but to make videos seem too intimate to share. She told her friends and even hinted on her social media accounts that she has an over-controlling and narcissistic husband that doesn't want her on social media. I'm currently being ridiculed by her friends. Am I being over-controlling or narcissistic? Edit, someone asked what kind of content. The content isn't really harmful, just her feeding them and playing with them, but the two types of videos I have problems with is her recording our children tantrums, and our 2-year-old still doesn't like clothes. We are trying to get her to wear them more, but our house can be hot, so she is in diaper a lot. I don't like the videos of our daughter in her diapers. Am I the jerk for not wanting to get involved in my parents' divorce? I'm 21F, my mom, 43, and dad, 46, decided to get divorced last month. It was taken to court because of division of property, and also my dad doesn't really want a divorce. They're not bad people. They just met and got married at a young age, and I think it was the mistake of their lives. They're not good for each other and they don't know how to communicate. Their whole marriage was full of stupid fights. I isolated myself from these fights throughout high school and didn't care about their marriage. I got a scholarship for university and moved to another city. I've been seeing them 1 to 2 times a year, but we keep in touch because they're my parents. When I heard the news, I was relieved, to be honest, and said all the best for both of you. But that when it went to court, things got very complicated. All the property they bought during the marriage is in my mother's name, and she refuses to share 50/50ths. She has her own reasons, but I really don't care. I just want them to leave me alone. One side keeps calling me and asking me to talk to convince the other side. I tried to help a few times, but my general response was leave me out of it. But they didn't stop calling me. Yesterday my father asked for something similar again. I said I don't know if you're a child or me. Leave me the fuck alone. Just get a nice divorce, it's not that hard. My father got angry and accused me of being careless. After that I hung up the phone. I sent a message to my mom telling her not to call me anymore about the divorce. She didn't take it well either. Am I the jerk if I don't stop using weed while taking care of my nephew? My sister is currently working full-time while being a student and raising a child on her own. She drops him off at school before she leaves for most of the day. She picks him up from my home at around 8 o'clock most days. I am the one that picks him up from school, 4th grade. My nephew normally does his homework first and then plays video games or watches stuff on his phone. I am a weed addict and readily admit that. I don't like being sober and constantly smoke throughout the day. I don't really smoke around my nephew. I just go outside and take some quick bong rips. My sister recently was over for lunch and requested that I stop smoking around her son. She said she appreciates me helping out, but she would really prefer not exposing her son to drugs or smoke. I told her flat out no, that I can't stand to do that and that she can find someone else to watch her kid. She dropped it then, but later on in the day she texted me and said I was being a jerk by exposing my nephew to this sort of stuff and also holding the fact that she can't really pay for someone else to take care of her son above her head. I didn't reply back.